this is, again, kind of one of the core ideas, and I guess the way I wrote the book was to think that if you have a problem, you have to set your goal to solve it entirely. And the way we set goals in companies right now is bottoms up, mostly. Mostly, you go to different divisions, you say, what do you think you can do? Especially something like energy reduction, say. You say, what do you think you can do? Can you cut 10% in the next 3 years? That's what we did the last 3. Let's do a stretch goal, maybe 12%. That makes some sense if the problem you have has no relation to kind of the larger world. But the reality is we have a scientific problem now. We have a certain amount of carbon we need to kind of reduce in our economy and out of the air. And we have numbers now from McKinsey, from PwC, that tell us how fast. That number from PwC suggests we need to reduce carbon in our economy by 6% per year. The intensity of our economy, how much carbon we emit for every dollar of GDP, needs to come down 6% a year. We're currently coming down at less than 1% a year. So that's the target. And so there are a few companies, some very big ones, who have said, given the science, given what we know, here's how we can change our business. So Ford did this. They looked at their product portfolio starting almost 10 years ago and said, what's the mix of products that will allow us to reduce the emissions of our products across their life cycle in keeping with the science? That's what we need to do. And the metaphor I use is that if you're in a boat filling with water, what you don't do is ask everyone, how much do you think you can bail today? You figure out how much you need to bail and you divide up the task. And that's what needs to happen now, I think, in the business and kind of government communities.
How can you get everybody to work together, and how do you deal with that major force like big oil companies not to oppose the initiatives that the companies that can benefit from?
Well, look, in a very big change, there's winners and losers. I think pretending there isn't is not going to be helpful. If we need to move away from carbon quickly, and we do, there will be shifts, right, in how we make our energy, how we use our energy, how much energy we use. And so companies that are entirely reliant on digging up or selling coal are going to be in trouble. And there's no way around that. And throughout our history in business and economies, we don't protect industries forever, right? If we don't have electric typewriters anymore, we don't have horse and buggy anymore, that doesn't mean you leave people stranded. We need to figure out as a society what to do about coal towns or places that are just going to be changed fundamentally. And these companies that are energy companies could make a big pivot, a shift to providing more and more renewable energy, and some are, but some are making it clear they don't want to. And they have tremendous political power. So there's another chapter later we'll get into about becoming a lobbyist and how companies need to actually go and lobby for a price on carbon or change. And there will be companies hurt by that, right? The ones who make fossil-based energy. But the rest of the world and the rest of the economy benefit from that. And we have to remember that because one sector might face change that isn't fun for them, that we give up all the benefits to the rest of society just makes no sense, and we can't do that.